Comedy, he's there. His name is Freddy Sheffield.
Cut that, DJ. What's going on, New York City? What's up? Give it up for Mike Hernandez, man, putting this together. Oh, it's a lot of y'all out here. Yeah, putting this together. Bringing us all together like a family. I came out to Picasso and I got on the Charlie Brown sweater. I realized there's a contradiction in themes right about now. But yeah, this is NewYorkSilly, man. I really appreciate it, man. He's putting together shows featuring New York City comics, because New York City is it's a big deal, man, right? We got people moving here from Kansas. They're like, they just want to be in a big city. Who's here from Kansas? Anybody in Kansas? It's like, nah, we all New York, son. I can tell I'm getting the real New York jaded attitude, like, you ain't funny yet, son. You know, we appreciate all the compliments, bigging Mike up and everything, but, you know, no, that's good. Get to the funny. No, I like this, man. New York is changing. It's changing a lot. I live in Brooklyn. Anybody in Brooklyn? What up? What's going on? Yeah, let me rob somebody together on the way home. I needed a partner tonight, man. You look good, son. You got a record? You got a record? Okay, good. He ain't even answer on that. He's like, all right, now you're going too far. No, New York is changing. Brooklyn is changing. It's going through what they call a gentrification, right? You guys are familiar with that. I'm not as smart as I look. I actually had to look the word up. After I figured out how to pronounce the shit, I actually Wikipedia'd this shit and it came back, nigga, get the fuck out. Yeah, the wiki is keeping it real. 100. But it wasn't bad though, because like they spelled it Nigga. Yeah, instead of the ER. So it didn't come across racist as much as it did a suggestion from a concerned homie. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, you might want to explore your options. Yeah. Okay, all right. Yeah, so that's what's going on in my neighborhood. It doesn't happen overnight either. Like a lot of people think you see one hipster and it's time to move. That's not how it works. Oh, I'm sorry, no offense. Like you said, they were gonna be nice. No, it doesn't work like that. But they are like little subtle hints, you know, that'll let you know your neighborhood is about to go through some changes. Like in the Sunday paper, in the real estate section, if they start using words like up and coming to describe your once crack-infested neighborhood. Ain't gonna be but a minute before your ass is up and leaving, that's all I'm saying. That's how that trickle-down shit works. But it's not all bad, though. You know, sometimes it's give and take. Yeah, because the produce section in my supermarket no longer has flies. You know how that, right by the Platanos all day. But now we got a sprinkler system on timer and a soundtrack of a South American rainforest. Yeah, so when you walk past the broccoli, you get like a little spritz and shit. And then who doesn't like a spritz? You know what I mean? Even crack dealers like spritzes. Some crack dealers over here. And it's the hipster too, so I'm confused. I don't know. The crack dealing hipster among us, y'all. This is some, gotta get National Geographic in here. Some new shit. No, when my neighborhood started to gentrify, it's like when the economy kind of bottomed out, like in 2008. So the unemployment rate was high, it's like 9%. But of course, for the African American men in the hood that grew up there, it was like 50%. Yeah. A little more intense, concentrated, you know. I know some of you are like, yeah, that's kind of crazy, but that's, if you think about it, that's like every other black dude thinking about robbing your ass, you know. And that's a little scary sometimes. Maybe not for y'all not laughing. But it wasn't me though, because I'm half black. I'm gonna let y'all in on a little. My mother's Japanese. So you do the math, half black, 1 out of every 2 black men, carried at 1. I'm working part-time, basically. 20 hours a week, no benefits. But the other 20, I'm robbing people, I'm selling crack, it's crazy. You gotta supplement your income, people. You know. But like I said, back in those days, times was hard for everybody, man. And I robbed somebody, and before I could get to the corner, somebody robbed me back. Yeah. And what fucked me up was a middle-aged white dude. You know what I mean? I was like, hold on, man. It's all right for me to be out here snatching purses, but I expect a little more from your ass. And that's when he explained that he too was unemployed. And I was like, oh, do tell, you know, because that's how they talk. I wanted to relate. No offense, man. I was like, what'd you used to do? And then he explained that he used to work for this big bank selling subprime mortgages to people that really couldn't afford it. And I was like, oh, really? That's when I kicked him in the dick and took my shit back. Yeah. So welcome to the hood. That's what we call a ghetto derivative, motherfucker. You can bungle that shit if you like. But now we friends on LinkedIn, you know what I mean? We just got so much in common, I figured it just seemed like a smart move. Yeah, I'm half Japanese, and it's funny, I tell people that now, it's like this conversation piece. I used to get teased and beat up. Yeah, it was amazing. It was before Tiger Woods. There's no reference, they were just like, what are you? You look Dominican, but you don't speak Spanish. It was crazy. Like, and people actually, like now, people call me exotic, you know, which is cool. I get it if they mean it as a compliment, but exotic, that sounds like I'm stripping for coconuts, basically. I don't really like coconuts like that. I like dollar bills. Yeah. And I appreciate you guys coming out tonight, man. The weather is crazy. It's cold, right? It's been cold the last few days. I can't take cold weather. That's why I'm really impressed with y'all. Like, if I didn't have to perform tonight, I'd be home. So I really appreciate y'all for coming out. No, because I'm like super sensitive to cold weather. Like, you know, like, I know, you know, black people are sensitive to cold weather, but like, even my black friends are like, yo, man up, bitch. Like, it ain't that fucking cold. No, I'll tell you, because like just the other day I woke up in my apartment and I was shaking and my cheeks were swollen. Now I know everybody shakes when they get cold, but not the cheeks. That's kind of different, right? For me too. What happened is, ladies, you don't know this, but fellas, y'all know, like when it gets cold in the room, the testicles tend to retract up into the body, right? I'm so sensitive to cold weather that my testicles not only retracted, but they migrated up to my cheeks. And I ain't gonna front, I was terrified. But then I thought about it, and I was like, man, that's that amazing human body doing what it do. Because if you think about it, scrotum skin is thin like a spring jacket. That's no good in the winter, right? But your cheeks, that's thick. That's like a sweater or a North Face. Oh shit, a North Face jacket. It's a little different. Now I know y'all are probably like, you know, what are you gonna walk around and paint nuts in your mouth? So I had to do what I had to do. I swallowed. I ain't even gonna lie, I swallowed. They were my nuts, and I needed them back down there anyway. But this comedy shit is hard. I know you're like, yo, Freddie, how you gonna get on stage and talk about your balls? This is a family setting we got going on here. And to you, I say shame on you if you think that was about my nuts. Yeah, that was a metaphor for life. That was to remind you that sometimes the world can be a very cold place. And when it gets that way, sometimes you got to go against the grain to rise to the top to achieve your goals. All right? And when you get there, remain humble and know every once in a while you may have to swallow your pride. But at the end of the day, never forget where you come from. You guys have been great. My name is Freddy Sheffield. Thank you so much.